How to get famous without spending a dime with the classy Cheapskate. It all started when I visited my local library for free books, and so the story begins. Never did I think I would pick up this book that would change my life forever. Join me on this journey in my first ever podcast/blog. Or vlog, actually. There was some stiff competition at the free book section, but it appears the universe wanted me to have this book. Along with a few dozen others, of course. Now let's go back in time to when I first found the book.
Well, it's that time, and I'm not talking frizzy hair time either. It's that time to go to the library and get freebies, free books to read. So of all the months I decide to film myself going to the library to get free books, it has to be a day when the library is packed. I just have to have all these people around when I'm trying to film. But let's go see what books we can find, and I'm going to show you what I get and what I like, and we're going to go from there. So consider this like a vlog. We could change our lives today. Now, if your library doesn't give away free books, there's these little libraries around neighborhoods and stuff. I can show you one on the way home where you can get books. Sometimes the weather gets in and ruins the books, though, and they get mildewy. So I like to get free books from the library.
Look how many I carried. Like, watch this. Oh my gosh, I can barely carry them all. Don't tell anyone, but I'm going back in for seconds. Do you want to hear something funny? So it's the next day, and remember I was carrying all those books because you just saw that part, right? My left leg mostly is really sore from squatting down a couple times while holding all those books. That means I'm out of shape. This has me really intrigued. How to be famous. Quite intriguing. If you were famous, would it be really that great? Like, everybody would be in your space and trying to steal your money and hacking you. I don't know. I think I'm gonna read you guys this book and see if we can get famous. And then I'm gonna see if the author of this book is even famous. This is like from the 1980s. Hold on, let me check. Yeah. So this was actually written in 2018. It's not that old. Maybe this will work. It's written by a woman. Okay. We're gonna go on this quest. So one reason you won't want to be famous is frizzy hair. You actually have to make sure those frizzes stay down, and I already tried to get them to stay down and it won't work, so I don't even know if I can be famous, like, at this point. Let's try it though, right? We'll see what the book says about hair and if it has anything to do with being famous. I don't think it does, because look at Carrot Top. He's a comedian and he can have the biggest frizzball orange hair ever, so I think anything goes. When you're famous, you have to look at the camera, like, find the viewer. You can't just look at yourself like this. You have to, like, look at the camera, which is a tiny hole on your phone. So I arrived back, and here's the books I got today. And like I said, I usually do this once a month when I'm at the library anyway, for a meeting. So here I am with my books. So I'm gonna organize them now. Can somebody invent a filter that gets rid of frizzy hair? Please, thank you. You'll be famous. Should I invent it? Who can beat me to it? So I've decided we're going to start a journey, going through the one book about how to become famous or whatever it is. We're going to read a little bit and learn a little bit about it today. But I want to show you some other books. Like, there's one that's at least worth $45. Check it out. This is the book. It's called Instruction for Johann Prince. Very fancy. And someone tried to sell it for $1. I found some copies on eBay that are worth $45, but they're not as old. This one's got some cool things like see-through paper in it. Really neat. Okay, let's look at some others quick. It's interesting that I got all about famous inventors. So we know if you're an inventor, you might be able to become famous. Like that guy who did the Tesla. What's his name? He's like the richest man on earth. You know, he was on Saturday Night Live. You know, Elon Musk. I love the graphics in this one. I can't help but grab this because I call myself DJ Jamie J on Make It app. And I have a lot of followers, but I haven't been on the app lately. So anyways, I call myself a DJ and I don't even know how to do this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Might teach me a little something. I got a few keyboards. Oh yeah. I love, what is a human? We humans, we should learn what we are, don't you think? I think this book was written for robots. Oh, yeah, so what is a human? The human heart is a hollow organ, of muscle, which is about as big as your fist. So's your stomach, I heard. So if you all came here to just know how to be famous, it's not like usually like that unless you do something majorly embarrassing or bad. Like if you're a serial killer or something, like you might be famous overnight. Okay, but we're not doing overnight famous unless you have this really good talent and we can get a video of you on the internet. Okay, so we're gonna work through this. Bear with me. You can fast forward the parts if you want. If you want to skip over my mumbo jumbo, I don't recommend it because I might say something important. This video was made on a whim. But now we're on a journey. So let's go. You know, however long it takes, we're doing it. We're doing it. This might help me with my journey to become famous. Women in business. Although I have been a business owner for a million years, so I don't know. I like this one, chosen by God. Knowing God's perfect plan for his glory and his children, because that's what I live for. I want to know how to fulfill what God wants me to fulfill while I'm here on earth. Definitely, that's my goal. Oh, I think he might have wanted me to read that famous book and maybe learn a lesson from it. This is cool. 3 Hainish novels. Picked up a bathroom book while I was there. It says to read it in the bathroom, and then I was like, ew. And then I met a new friend when I said that too. Betty Crocker's Guide to Easy Entertaining. Lemon coconut cake. I don't know if I want to keep this one. I don't know why, but this one I found interesting. A book about your skeleton. Oh, he's got a rose. Rose is my thing. That's how I became popular on YouTube, was from me drawing a rose. This book was meant for me. So, apparently there's a difference between popular and famous. Like, I don't consider myself famous, even though I was on TV, and on the radio, but it wasn't like often, you know what I mean? It's not like I go out and paparazzi's following me. I kind of think famous means paparazzi follow you or people want to write about you all the time. So I seriously think we need to look it up on the internet. Like, I'm going to ask chatgpt or openai or whatever it is. I'm going to ask them why people would want to be famous. Like, I want to know why before we delve into this. Like, why? And what are the consequences? And then I'll read them to you. And also, please don't be alarmed by that right there. The cover's off because I was painting the wall. Okay? I'll put it back on or buy a new one someday. Don't ask me why. I had to get this one. Wonders Will Never Cease. It's a novel. Author of The Arabian Nightmare. I just like the cover. Sometimes I cut my books up and I make art out of them. So you might want to check out some of my videos that I posted where I create art out of books. I think I have at least 2 posted. This is interesting. It's an award winner. In the Beginning, Creation Stories from Around the World. You know, I'm not really interested in that stuff, but I couldn't pass it up. Who knows? Maybe I'll sell it. These also just looked cool to me. So I don't read fiction, like barely ever in my entire life have I read fiction. I read a Stephen King novel one time and I think it scared the crap out of me. No, it didn't. Did I have nightmares? I don't know. Ironically, I put them on a bookshelf that I got for free. So here's what we've all been waiting for. Have we been waiting for it? How to Be Famous by Caitlin Moran. So I am going to read as far as I can until we get to the very first step that we have to do to become famous together. So we're going to support each other and we're going to make each other famous if we want to be famous, okay? So let's go. One thing I do know is to be famous, we do not have to be good looking. So we don't have to worry about that. Plus, if you want to be good looking, you just put a filter on. Because think about this. Some of my favorite actors and actresses are not that good looking. Like the lady from Throw Mama from the Train. Ellen!
Ellen! Ellen! Ellen! Ellen! Ellen! What?
Or like, I mean, come on, Danny DeVito, he's not ugly, but like, maybe he makes himself pretty gross sometimes. Like one time he crawled out of a couch naked in an episode of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Oh, great! Now you... Oh, Jesus Christ! Oh, no! thing.
Can't breathe. Too hot.
Naked, Frank.
I'm too hot. Lay the couch.
Okay, but did you hear she called you an
Don't do an asshole, Frank.
No hair. No hair.
I was almost on that show, by the way. I signed up to be a fill-in, like a stand-in. You stand in the light, like where the short people are going to stand, because I'm short. And I didn't show up. It was a gig, man. And I lost my chance to go on set because I didn't want to drive to Philadelphia. Granted, I did have babies, and I didn't want to get a babysitter.
I'm not trying to brag about it either. I'm only telling you because it was my mistake that I didn't show up for the show. Do you know what I think it was? I never got a babysitter because I didn't want my kids to be watched by someone else. Like, I think it's your responsibility to raise your own children. Forgive me, because I'm eating while I record. But these thoughts are important. I want to tell you that I can't remember which came first. Being on Extreme Cheapskate's reality show or not showing up for that audition. But I think I went on the reality show because you don't have to leave home. They come to you so you can still raise your kids. They can even be in the show and you don't have to go to a studio. But when I didn't show up for my job with that casting agency, it was a free casting agency. They will not use you again. Like if you don't show up once or twice, your shot's over. Is your chance shot though, really? It's been so many years, maybe the casting company forgot about what happened. I'm gonna probably look into that if I feel like traveling. I don't know if I do. A lot of times you need your COVID vaccine these days. So times have changed. I know there's probably not going to be many people that want to go on this journey with me, but those of you who do, we're going to stick together. And there was an important point I wanted to tell you, and I just completely forgot it. Oh, I remember now. Okay, the rules of the game. We're going to this is a game to see who can become famous out of us, okay? So the rules are, tell me if you agree with this. You can comment below in the video. We're not allowed to spend money to become famous. You can get paid. You can sign up for gigs. You can't spend money. You can use things you already own, okay? You have a glue gun? Good. You have a computer? Good. Use it. Phone, whatever. But you can't spend money to become famous. Now the rules on how do you know if you became famous? So I might ask artificial intelligence how we're going to know if we're famous, but I have a feeling that if you're famous, it would take more than being on Wikipedia because I'm pretty sure I'm already on Wikipedia, but I don't have my own page. Maybe you need your own page on Wikipedia. Ugh, nobody's going to make a page about me. Are they? Guess we'll find out. I guess you have to pretty much be president of the United States or a movie star. Or... Okay, I want to know if this person's famous. I'm going to go look. Okay. I Googled if Caitlin Moran... Wait, did I type the wrong name? Ew, I think I typed the wrong name. Ew, I gotta go redo it. Never mind. The robot was smarter than me and fixed the spelling. So anyways, I said, is Caitlin Moran famous? That's the one who wrote the How to Get Famous book. And the chatgpt robot said, as of my last knowledge, in January 2022, Caitlin Moran is a well-known British journalist, author, and broadcaster. She gained fame for her work as a columnist and has authored several books. However, the level of fame is subjective, and it may have changed since my last update. To determine Caitlin Moran's current level of fame, you might want to check more recent sources, such as news articles. So we're going to have to get in some news articles, people. We're going to have to get into magazines. Yeah, I'm looking at you. Check articles, social media profiles. We all pretty much have social media profiles. Come on. Or official websites for any updates on her career and public presence. We would want to have a public presence. Now, let's look at the pros and cons of being famous. Now, the nice thing is you can become famous at any age, at all. So we are all in this together. I mean, you can be a baby. You can be 100. It doesn't matter. We're in this together. I'm 45 and I'm ready to, tomorrow I could be dead. Let's do this. Now, I think also we need to keep in mind balance. That's why I want to talk to you about the pros and cons of being famous. This is what GPT, this is what they said the pros are.
Pros: recognition and influence. Famous individuals often enjoy widespread recognition and influence. I don't really like to go deep into depth and stuff. So here's the pros: financial opportunities, access to exclusive events, that's pretty exciting. Platform for advocacy, celebrities can use their fame as a platform to raise awareness for social issues. Fan support, you have a dedicated fan base, emotional support, encouragement. But there can be a lot of letdowns. Let's look at the cons. I don't like how we skipped over the financial opportunities. Isn't that like one of the most important parts of fame? Like the money? But here's the problem, is a lot of the famous people spend too much and live too high of a life and then have nothing. But is it fun? I don't know. Endorsements, sponsorships, high-paying projects. Yeah, financial rewards. If you're a successful celebrity, did you know you can be a celebrity and be a failure? Celebrities hang themselves. We need to be careful. Be careful on this journey. Do so at your own risk. All right, we're in the cons section, in the pros and cons. Loss of privacy. I've already discovered the more known you are, the more people will steal from you and try to hack you, and that's why I have LifeLock. This video is not sponsored. And also, honestly, LifeLock did not help me when I needed it. I had to help myself. They didn't do anything. The state police didn't do anything. I put 40 hours in to protect myself. People, big banks, they're not there for you. You have to protect yourself, so get ready. Okay, negative public opinion. People can talk bad, criticize, judge you. Like I told you at the beginning of this video, they will judge you. Oh, you got crooked teeth. Oh, they're yellow. You don't whiten your teeth. Yeah, I know. Maybe I should whiten my teeth. Let's find out by reading this book. And when I say they didn't do anything, I mean they didn't get any results, is what I'm saying. When I say they didn't do anything, heck, they might have recorded it on a piece of paper. But what does that do? So I got results. Me. They didn't get back to me with any results or anything. You know what I'm saying? I don't want a liability claim out of this. Let me tell you, I was ready to drive from state to state till I got to the person, because I'm the one who found the person that stole from me. Okay? I'll go to their doorstep and I'll ask for my money. Because I saw they posted on the internet they were going to buy a new car with my money. Granted, it wouldn't be the best car. Okay, here we go. Cons. Pressure and stress. Yes, you have to be on time and go on jets, and maybe you don't have to. We can find a way to become famous without going on jets. Maybe. Unless you want to go on a jet. Limited personal freedom. Limited freedom to go out in public. Oh yeah, have you ever been afraid to leave your house? I literally had stalkers one time, and I'm not even barely known at all. Do you ever not want to go outside when you're in your robe? They'll put you in magazines. If you sneak on your porch to get your mail in your robe, you're going to be in the magazines for it. You should check out the picture they posted recently of Jack Nicholson. Poor guy. Isolation. He became isolated very much so, as of late. Despite having numerous connections, fame can lead to a sense of isolation. But if we all become famous, then we're all going to be there for each other, so we won't be isolated. We're starting a community. I expect my best friend to at least comment on these videos. If the rest of you ignore me, I at least want my best friend to comment, please. We're going to be on this journey together. And, I'm just tired of my YouTube subscribers not chatting with me. Y'all like to fold paper and stuff, and I'll do it for you. But talk to me. And if you're my best friend and you don't know who you are, then just pretend you're my best friend. Okay, vulnerability and exploitation. Some individuals may face exploitation by the media, paparazzi, or even people in their personal lives who may seek to take advantage of their fame for personal gain. Yeah, it sucks when people fake like they like you just because they want something, so don't fall for that. And fame can open doors, but there may be career challenges. Increased pressure to maintain success. The fear of fading from the spotlight or dealing with career fluctuations can be stressful. So what we need to do is balance and understand that these things can happen before we get into them. So You could be famous for a year, a day, 10 years. Fame doesn't usually last forever. Like, you could be really popular for a year and then it all fades. This happened to one guy who snuck into London Fashion Week, I believe it was. Let me show you him. He got depressed because it was such a big high for him. So then his buddy got him to go back again, and then it reignited his light. So we're going to have a roller coaster ride. Balance, roller coaster, boom, boom, boom. Balance, roller coaster, boom, boom, boom. Let's sing it.
Here's the older gentleman I was speaking of, the guy who went to Fashion Week and had his high. Check it out.
This is a granddad. He's not famous, he's not a model, and he's dressed head to toe in awful clothes from Wish.com. So why is he getting mobbed by paparazzi at the biggest fashion event of the year? But what happens when a normal granddad becomes a fashion superstar, featured in Vogue and adored by 7 million people overnight, returns back to normal life?
Here's where he had his low.
To be honest, Zach, since doing that video, I've been a bit down, a bit flat. It was such a high, and then I've sort of dipped a bit since. I've been a bit fed up, to be honest, I guess.
Now it's time for his next high, hence the roller coaster ride, yet keeping balance.
I must run, don't think about karma, think about that after I leave with it.
Could I get another drink, please?
I said balance, roller coaster, boom, boom, boom. I said balance, roller coaster, boom, boom, boom. It's DJ Gemma J in the house. One thing I'm not going to do is get my teeth fixed because I don't want to go through that. And I know my bottom teeth show more than my top and all that. And I'm not going to get a boob job and all that crap. There's some things I would do, but I don't think we need to change what we look like, was what I'm saying. Oh, do we want to get a big wig to become famous? Or put wires in our braids to make them go like Pippi Longstocking or something? Yeah, we can do that, but I don't think we need to change who we were created as. I think it's what makes us special. If you have a head that's like 2 feet wide, embrace it. Become famous for it. Be the coolest big-headed person that ever was.
Hey guys, what is up? I wanted to do a quick little video showing you my top 4 tried and true shorts for the summer. These are shorts that I wear on a daily basis. They are an amazing company that is based out of Nashville, Tennessee. $100 is a lot for a pair of shorts, but when you have the versatility that you do in this article of clothing, it's a no-brainer.
I follow him on Instagram because I think he's cool. He only has 3,000 or so subscribers on YouTube though, but I think he has a lot on Instagram. I'll have to check. Yeah, he has 219,000 subscribers on Instagram and only, 3,000 some on YouTube. Some platforms I have a crap ton of followers, right? Crap ton, not 100K. But other platforms I have like 100 and some. It's like, ew. I mean, it's better than 0, right? Gotta start somewhere. Oh. Do you know what my arch enemy is? Twitter, otherwise known as X. Like, I just seem to suck on there. Like, I don't know even how to use that site. It's my least favorite social platform. And I'm not really fond of Threads, is it called? Like, Threads that stemmed from Instagram. Like, it's magically linked and magically delicious. Because why do we need another social platform? Like, upload your videos to all of them. It just is so annoying to me. But then I guess we don't want monopolies, do we? Okay, I think I know what I was born to do. Talk nonstop. I'm gonna start a Rumble channel. A podcast. Right now. Maybe some of you guys want to do that. It's free on Rumble. And on Rumble, you can start making money right away. I just got to figure out my name. Okay, I decided to be just Classy Cheapskate because I'm Classy Cheapskate on YouTube. And so let's just keep it. Let's keep it. See you there. Y'all gonna start a Rumble channel? You gonna do something else? So if y'all wonder where Classy Cheapskate stems from, it's from years ago. I was watching TV. What's this on TV? It's called Extreme Cheapskates on the Learning Channel. TLC. Okay,
And it said, are you a cheapskate? Are you good at saving money? I'm like, well, heck yeah, I'm good at saving money. So I got a hold of the producers and I told them my story and made up some good scripts for that show. And had my 2 days of fame. They came to my house, they filmed, they bought me Panera Bread, my whole family, bought me some goodies. They weren't going to pay me a dime, man. I made them pay me. They said, we don't pay people, but they said they could rent my property. So that's how I got a little money out of them, a little tip right there. You know, you're worth something. Don't be doing stuff for free. Unless you just want to be famous and not make any money. Like, you get free food, right? So anyway, you might get onto TV. You always got that shot, right? But even if you get onto TV, you're only... I mean, I did a book signing, right? It was okay. Got on the radio and all that crap. But it was short-lived. You gotta keep it up. And I had kids to raise, you know? So let's give this another go. Oh, I didn't tell you guys this one. So I got Oprah magazine one time, I think for free, right? So there was this little contest, and it was an international contest, and I spent 1 minute to enter it. Just 1 minute, doodling on paper and videoing it, and I won. And Oprah flew me to New York City, even though I lived close to it. It was so retarded. It took longer to fly there than it does to drive. But listen, she flew me to New York City to take a video class, and me and a friend, and we stayed in a fancy hotel. Like, you can do pretty cool stuff if you just don't hold back. Be like, a contest? Sure, I'll enter it. Your chances of winning might not be good, but how would you ever know if you're gonna win that contest? And I only spent 1 minute on it, and it's just 1 minute of your life. Like, you gotta try stuff. This is gonna be like the longest video I ever posted. I hope it doesn't crash when I try to save it. But one reason I'm making a long video is because this is an adventure and a story, and this is like, now this is a podcast vlog. You can listen to it while you work. Let's say, like, I love listening to podcasts while I work. I get bored, and it just makes me, I like to learn stuff as I'm listening. Like, you don't have to actually watch this video. You can just listen while you do your labor. You could wear earbuds. These aren't earbuds. You get the point. Do you know these aren't even hooked up to anything now? I actually unplugged it at this point, and I just like them because it's like wearing earmuffs. My ears are so warm, they've become a part of my body now. It's like my new image. I gotta show you my DJ Jamie J music. Whoa!
I was driving through the clouds on the highway, driving through the clouds in my mind.
Here's my favorite song. Remember the old nursery rhymes? Rub-a-dub-dub, 3 men in a tub. If you never heard that nursery rhyme, it always freaked me out. What are these 3 men doing in a tub? So I did my own song. Rub-a-dub-dub.
Rub-a-dub-dub. Rub-a-dub-dub-dub. Whoa. Rub-a-dub-dub, 3 men in a tub.
Here's another one of my favorites. It's kind of like about the Garden of Eden.
Oh, I'm a secret tree. I know you won't find me. I'm protected by a flaming sword, and around protected by the Lord. Well, you messed up big time when you eat my shiny rhymes, and now you're living in hell. Most of the time, well, was it worth it? What do you think? Nah, I don't think.
And of course, we can't forget that white robe I always wear. Check out this song.
Where's your favorite place on earth?
Well, that's easy, my friend. It's in my house robe, of course.
Oh, yeah?
That's right.
In my house robe I feel so free, living like a turtle that's alive for me. No one can disturb me in my peaceful place. I'm as quiet.
And this one only a very few people on Earth is going to understand. But, you know, it's pretty deep. We shouldn't get into it. It's about an abusive jerk who's money hungry.
They say they wanna sue
cardboard sheets.
And here's one about classic money.
Shake it! Hey! Money! 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 My favorite green thing!
And we'll end our little tour of my music on Spotify, ending it with a leprechaun song.
I am a leprechaun. Come and chase me down and take my gold. Find me at the end of the rainbow.
Why am I on Spotify and not getting paid? Well, because if you become a member of Make It app, they can sell your stuff. I recommend, I just do it as a joke anyway. Whatever. Did you know I've been talking for 12 hours now? Literally. Now that we're talking the talk, we gotta walk the walk. You know what I'm saying? We need to put our mouth where our butt is. We gotta take action now. We can't just talk, you know? We gotta do the steps. I looked it up. Here's the saying: put your mouth where your money is. It's not put your mouth where your butt is. That would be so gross. Actually, I think Google's wrong. I don't think it's put your mouth where your money is. I think it's put your money where your mouth is. Put your money where your mouth is. Yeah, that's the way I heard it. To be honest, though, I don't think that's the right saying for our situation because we're not even supposed to be spending money. So, ignore it. Somehow I got off on a tangent. We were in another room talking. We need to go back to that room. So I'm going to replay the last clip from that room to kind of get your mind back to that room again. So what we need to do is balance and understand that these things can happen before we get into them. You know how I kept saying balance? Check this out. The very last part, and I didn't pre-read this, the last part of what the artificial intelligence wrote was managing the challenges, enjoying the benefits requires a careful balance and often involves seeking support from friends, family, and professionals. Okay, so the other side of the paper. So actually, I just realized I'm filming this like a vlog where the phone's like moving and stuff. I hope everybody's okay with that and I'm not making anyone sick because I'm not using a tripod. So, did I read you this? No, I didn't read you about whether a person is considered famous or not. They say it can be subjective. So like, how do you know if you're famous? It depends on various factors, including your level of recognition, public visibility, and influence. So we need to be influencers. Now, let me tell you, I've already started influencing by getting free products, and I can tell you how to get them later on in future videos, but recognition is number one. People should regularly approach you in public and ask for your autograph or take pictures with you. It could be a sign of fame. Nobody asked me for my autograph besides signing checks. Barely anybody wants to get pictures with me like ever, and I'm so happy for that. Yeah, so I'm not famous. Media presence. So when the artificial intelligence says we need media presence, that means we need to appear in the media. Television, movies, magazines, or things like, you don't have to be in a movie. These are things that you can be in, okay? Online platforms, you might be considered famous then. So like you could get in the newspaper. You could be famous locally. You could be getting in your newspaper all the time. Social media following. If you have a significant following on social media platforms like maybe TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, places like that, then you could be getting famous. So keep that in mind. We can keep in touch with each other and let each other know what subscriber count we're at. That's a really good way to judge how we're doing and see our progress over time. Likes, comments, that's a good indicator in the digital age. If I made my own city and named it Ticanadu, which I already did, and I was the only person in the city, I would be famous in that city because, like, everybody knows me.
Just like a mystical fairyland, just like Ticanadu.
Okay, another thing, public accomplishments. So, achievements in a particular field.
such as sports, entertainment, science, business, they can contribute to your fame. Winning awards, breaking records, or making notable contributions to society may lead to recognition. So remember that. I think whatever our abilities are, we need to make them public. So you need to know who you are. You need to know, what do people always say? Oh, you are such a good, I don't know what, you have to delve in, you have to think back to your childhood. People were always saying I was good at like sculpting and art and, saving money. They were always bragging about that. I would be going to the bank at age 7. I'd be getting CDs, investing. That's my thing, money. That's why I call myself the classy cheapskate. I know how to save money. I'm just like amazing at saving money. That's why we're going to get famous and not spend money doing it. I used to do chores for 5 cents. Then I used to take that 5 cents and turn that into more money. And I'd give 10% to the church too. And still end up with more money. Now, still looking, okay, some more things that make you famous. Public events. So you have to get invitations to events usually. Red carpet appearances, public gatherings, conferences. I was at a board meeting this morning. And in January, they voted me president, which I was shocked at. So we're moving up already before we even got this book. You can be an airhead too and be famous. Like you can be anything. You can be super smart. You might not even be able to talk or see or anything or hear. Hopefully you can hear this video. Okay, fan base. I'm not too good at building a fan base because I'm good at getting subscribers on YouTube, but building a fan base where they actually like support you and care about you, because I'm all over the place. And so I have a person from here, a person from there, and they don't like all the videos I make. And that's why they tell you to niche down. That's why you need to know who you are. But I think who I am is all over the place, is the thing. So I think I'm just going to keep doing my thing because it makes me happy. So let's talk about that fan base some more. Okay, fan base. Fan clubs, fan mail, fan-created content are common for famous individuals. So fan-created content, what does that mean? Does that mean people make videos about you, talking about you and stuff? So I do have a person in Canada, Krista. If you're watching this, hello, Krista. She sent me a big bear. That's like fan mail, right? But anyways, Krista, that huge bear you sent me is in hibernation until spring. Because my studio doesn't open till spring because the weather is so cold that it freezes my Tootsie Toes. So your video on the teddy bear is coming, just not right now because the bear is hibernating in a bag. So in case you don't know, Krista sent me a huge bear. It's like as big as me almost, right? And I'm supposed to turn it into a bear rug. She doesn't know this, but I'm going to put pointy teeth in its mouth and make it look like a creepy bear. And the last thing, the artificial intelligence said that to be famous, you need public impact. Your statements have a significant impact on the public or society. This could be through advocacy, philanthropy, and other forms of positive influence. So I do charity work. I would say maybe a whole week out of each month I do charity work. It's good, and it gets me out because I work for myself and I never see people, so it's good. Now, their ending comment, it's important to note that fame can be fleeting and subjective. So you might be famous to one person might be different for another. So this is just going to be fun, like lighthearted. Some people may be famous globally, others may be known only within specific communities or regions. Additionally, the definition of fame can vary based on cultural and societal norms. Like in China, maybe you would be famous for eating huge trays of food in one sitting.
They call it mukbang. Let's check it out. Mukbang eating. Shove all that food in your mouth, watch them pig out. Over the years, a lot of them get fat.
This is crazy. In 2021, Chinese law bans mukbang due to food waste, according to the Global Times.
Did you happen to catch that she has 13.5 million subscribers? She's like a famous mukbanger. She just eats a lot. She happens to stay skinny. Her talent is to take
food, put it down very quickly, making sounds and being beautiful. And that's how she makes her money. What is your talent? Maybe my talent is dressing up like a cave woman and selling old clothing. You saw that clothing tag right there, right? Yeah, I got that for free. Well, someone gave it to me. They got it for free. So you know how some people have pen names and they write books under another name? So I'm a fashion designer under another name that's actually a man. And I ship costumes like all over the world for dancers and theatrical shows and things like that. But everyone thinks I'm a man. So I'm not going to get famous that way. I just think people respect men more, and that's why I just keep being the man.
Hey you guys, urgent update, shocking breaking news.
We have a problem, Houston. This is a work of fiction. Real musicians in real places appear from time to time, but everything else, the characters and what they do and what they say, are the products of my imagination. Oh, so this isn't going to really help us? This is bullcrap. Have no fear, my friends. I thought my life changed today. But well, actually, I guess it has changed today. Well, I was like ready for an adventure and like follow the rules. Well, now guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to go to chatgpt, and I'm going to ask them the steps to becoming famous, and we're going to go through them. If this lady don't know how to do it, I ain't reading it. And I don't even talk this way. What the heck? What kind of book is this? Huh? It's too stoned. Get very drunk. Well, the guy I met at the library today, I told him that he asked me what I read, and I said nonfiction. And then what? I get to the freaking intro here, and it says, this is a work of fiction. Well, how to be famous does not sound like fiction to me. You've just pulled a fast one on me. This is a novel, and it's all fictitious. Well, I'm going to ChatGPT, and we are going to get started on a real adventure, folks. This book is going on the shelf. I opened it randomly and saw this. I literally went to 16personalities.com yesterday and found out my personality type. And I'm pretty sure it was close to ENTJ. It was the most rarest personality type. You guys should go. It's free. You can see what personality you are. You take a short test, and it'll tell you what you're like supposed to be doing in life. It might help you on this journey. If you take the test at 16personalities.com and it's 16, the number 16personalities.com, it'll give you this whole thing, and it'll say what you'd be good at in your career and everything. Put it in the comments section what you are. I'll put what I am. And we'll go through this journey together. I'll have my best friend take the quiz and have them post it so that I get my support I need in this journey, you know? Yeah. I had to cover my window because the paparazzi were peeking in. So, chat gave me a list of things that we can do, and they said at the end to remember the key is to pursue activities that genuinely interest you. So, take the personality quiz. It will tell you a lot about yourself, and figure out what it is you like. I'm going to do that myself, and then I'll tell you what I came up with for myself. And fame may follow as a byproduct of your passion and dedication. So we need to have passion for something in life. My passion is getting famous with you. Okay. You know your passion when you actually want to get out of bed in the morning, and then you're on your way to famosity. Famosity. Proceed at your own risk. If you become poor from becoming famous or depressed, you know, there's a lot of things that can happen. So do not take this video lightly. I'm not even using this microphone. I just thought it looked cool. I think I should leave you with homework after every video. And we need to be able to see our progress over time. So your homework this time is to go to 16personalities.com. This is no sponsor. This is a free thing, and I've taken it many times over the years, okay? I did not provide my email to them, and I still got my results. So don't feel like you have to give your email address when they ask for it. You do not. You still get your results, and you can read all the important stuff.
So your homework's to do that, and then write in the chat area your 4 letters that your personality type is. You'll get 4 letters, and I can share with you guys sometime. There's a chart to show how rare you are. Does rarity matter? No, it doesn't matter. No, it doesn't. And then you might also want to comment like something that you have a passion for. Like, for some reason, I have a passion for dancing, but I don't think I'm gonna be famous for it because I don't think I have that much of a gift. I mean, I can show you guys some of my dance moves. Do-wop. You can't see my body because I ain't got a tripod. Do-wop. Baby, I'm a singer. Do-wop. I dance with my braid. So the other year, I was INFJ. I keep track of these things, you know. And now this year I'm INTJ because a couple of my personality traits are on the borderline. So I can either be one or the other. And now I choose to be more extroverted by a percentage or 2. And I think that will really help in this journey. Did I say INTJ? Because it's ENTJ. And it's so weird because I took that test, I don't remember. It was very, very recent. Before I got the book, though. Like, when I saw that today, I was like, is this some kind of sign from the universe? If somebody's watching, comment, please. I need a support group, and I will be your support. Please. There's got to be someone else out there like me, or with similar interests. Well, I mean, I do have a twin sister. Yeah, so I guess there is someone out there that's like me, right? We came out of the same womb. We're both artists. We're both little. What more could you ask for? I'm standing on a table. I filmed almost the entire video on a table, on risers. So far on our journey, we have not spent anything because 16personalities.com is free. So we get a whole personality test about ourselves. You need to read through it. There's on the left side of the screen, when you get your results, there's line after line of everything you need to know about your whole life and what you were best suited for, judging by your answers in the personality quiz. So make sure you answer that quiz truthfully. Your first gut instinct, like when you want to answer a question, don't change your answer because you want it to be that answer. Tell the truth in your personality quiz to get the truth as a result. It will be of the most benefit to you. Stay tuned for episode 2. It's gonna get good. Stay tuned because I don't think we need a frizz filter anymore. It popped in my head how to get rid of frizz. And it's so simple you won't even believe it. Like, I gotta make a video on it. Get that homework done. Thanks for watching.